Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. And in the last live stream, I had a live stream. I think it was yesterday. Can't remember. My days are kind of running into each other. Yeah, but anyway, I think I had a couple of live streams. I had one that I played on this map, and then Big Hoss and I did one last night. And oh my goodness, it was a learning curve there. It was a learning curve. It's getting dark here. I've got some things to do, but in the live stream I did, I went out and did some missions, and I made $100,000 here. I need to do that some more, but I need to get some farming done too. So let's see what we've got to do. I'm going to look at the map here, and what state are my fields in besides the state of confusion? When you get to this part of the map, I think I've mentioned this before, but all of this stuff on 17 is coming at you, fast and furious, and I can't keep up with a lot of it as far as the information. New information's coming in every day on mods and the way the game works and little issues with the game, fixes for the game, little tips and tricks, that kind of stuff. I haven't purposely went in and given what some people call, these are Rude Man's tips and tricks. Usually with me, I play the game, and if I get a tip or a trick, I usually just include it in my game. I probably shouldn't do that. I probably just should make a video of tips and tricks and get 1 million subscribers like everybody else does. But I just kind of include it on my gameplay. So anyway, one of them is, like I showed you before, if you turn off the plowing thing, which I didn't know anything about, it's too late on this harvest cycle to do that. But you turn that off, you can look at your fertilization. My question was, and I think it was Oliver, one of my subscribers, that gave me a little tip. It could be a tip, could be a trick, could be either one. It's Halloween. If you're looking at what field did I fertilize when, because you have to fertilize the field in a certain order. If you look at the growing cycle, you have to wait till it changes to the next cycle before you can fertilize again, and you have to do it 3 times. Now, it does give you an extra chance here, because the first time you do it, you're seeding and fertilizing at the same time. There's 1. If you wait till the second cycle, there's 2. Third cycle, there's 3. You're done. You're okay. What happens if your field gets away from you and you miss cycle 2? Well, you've got another cycle here, the darker green. Once it gets out of that, then you go into the ready to harvest, and it's too late. You can still fertilize it, but you're just wasting your money. So you have to get it within the growing time. Now, my question was, of course, to try to remind myself which stage of fertilization I'm in, because if you look at that part of the page, there's your 3 stages of fertilization: light blue, medium blue, and dark blue. As you can see, I've got one that's medium. So that's my second stage of fertilization. My question was that if you are if you're watching the growing season, you can go in here in the first section and fertilize it 3 times before the growth state changes. And I think that's going to change your fertilization to blue. But it's not working, because it doesn't work unless you wait until the growth stage changes. So how do you remind yourself which field you've done once, twice, third time, which ones you haven't? Obviously, if I look at 14, I've only fertilized it 1 time. But when do I fertilize it next? I fertilize it next when it changes to this other green color from this yellow color. Okay, that's fine. But anyway, here's the trick. Long story short, short story long. Here's the trick. To find out whether you need to do your fertilizing again, you line up your tractor, start it up, get up on the field here, get up on the field, and you hit hire to hire a worker. And if it needs to be fertilized, he's going to do it. The workers are halfway more intelligent than they used to be, supposedly. And so they have the intelligence enough to know that this field doesn't need fertilizing. So if you hire them and you don't want to waste the money on hiring a guy, you just fire him right away. So this field needs to be fertilized, but I knew that because this field is partly grown. But if I go over here to this side, which isn't in the next stage, right, and hire a worker, he stops. He won't go. Okay, so that means that that section is ready to be refertilized. This one is not. There's your tip. There's your trick. You don't have to write yourself a note. You don't have to call your mom and say, call me Tuesday and remind me to fertilize. You're all set to go. Thanks, Oliver, for that. Appreciate it, bud. All right. Don't waste any gas. This game, it's hard to hang on to money, I'll tell you that. Let's see, what do I need to be doing here, though? Let's go to the map again. And it looks like I've got everything seeded. But I need to fertilize. Let me run up to 12 and see if it's ready. I don't think it is, but let me just do that on the fertilization. I don't want it to get away from me. I want the best yields I can get to you. So let's run over to 12. People have been saying they have trouble on 12, but I don't know. I haven't had trouble. You're going to have trouble sometimes. There's a little glitch when you hire somebody and they'll stop in the middle of the field. Something will change, and the hired worker will stop, and he won't move. You got to shut the tractor off, start him up again. I don't know what that's all about. Not a terrible thing. Not a game changer. Yeah, see, it ain't ready yet. Not ready yet. All right. Hamburger Helper D has completed their task. Well, they didn't really, but... Okay, so what should I be doing? I've got this $119,000, and I want to go hog wild shopping, but I really can't. It's so hard to make money. It really is hard to make money in this game. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I want to work on my crops. I'm going to, again, do missions maybe on another. I'll either do some more missions on live stream or I'll do them offline. So that worked pretty good, that live stream, just to do missions. Missions, you're running up and down the field and you're not doing much but talking. So it's a little easier to do in live stream because I don't have to sit there as I'm driving up and down and say, wow, isn't that cloud pretty? Because I can't think of anything to say. In the live stream, I've got people in the chat, and I can deal with those people. I can chat with those people while I'm playing. It makes it a little easier. So, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to jump out of my... You know what? If you remember, on 15, I've got that mod that changes time really fast. You can get it in 17, but I didn't do it. And I said to myself, I'm not going to do a bunch of mods when I jump into the game. I'm not going to throw in 50 mods. I'm going to try to play the game the way the game developers said, thinks that it should be played, as much as I can. Now, there are some mods I think that you can get that either, well, I'll tell you what, if you're playing multiplayer, it's almost impossible. You cannot make any money. There's no way to make money. You can't do missions. There's no gold chunks. There's no way to make money. And they've nerfed everything. You used to be able, you could go out and make silage and make a ton of money. Can't do that in this game. The money maker in this game supposedly is wool. Well, I didn't plan on getting animals right away. And everybody says, oh, go logging, go logging. I'm not a logger. I'm a farmer. Well, you got to. That's the only way you're going to get me. No, I don't have to. I can find other things to do. So I did put a couple of mods in just to show you, talking about mods. Let's get this guy fired up. And I put the GPS mod in. And if you remember, I said, well, I'm not going to put a bunch of mods in. He said, well, you put a mod in when you said you weren't going to. Well, I need to explain when I'm going to put mods in. At this point, as soon as I'm getting tired of the game, I'm going to start throwing mods in left and right. The first mod I'm going to get is a new map. Not that I don't like this one. I do like this map. But I want to get a bigger map, so I've got more things to do. But I did put the GPS mod in, so I think. How come the GPS mod's not working? Oh, what, did I not set it up? No, I did. There it is. I'm just silly. Okay, I put the GPS mod in, and they say, well, okay, so that's a mod. You said you weren't going to do mods. Okay, here's the reason. There's two ways to do your fertilizing. You can hire somebody, you can do it yourself. Sometimes hiring somebody is the expensive way. If you decide you want to fertilize yourself, you're going to have a hard time in the later stages of the crop growth to be able to see where you've spread the fertilizer and where you haven't. So I decided that the GPS mod would be a perfect solution to that. That way I can set the spread on my fertilizer spreader, and GPS will tell me where I'm at. So I got GPS. It makes sense. It's something that's, in a way, it's kind of needed. Right now, in my multiplayer, in my single-player game that I play for testing, I have to hire a guy. Before I got this mod, I had to hire a guy because it wasn't worth it. I'd try to, fertilize the thing, and it would either take me longer because I had to overlap too bad. And I'm hoping that when you overlap, you're not wasting fertilizer. I'm hoping the game says, oh, there's already fertilizer there, don't you? But I don't know that. So, excuse me, I had to cough. But anyway, so I put this mod in. Okay, there's another issue. Well, God, I hate the word issue. It's not really an issue. I don't want to leave this guy up here. There's another thing about the map that's a little irritating, if you will. Pardon me for using negative language, but I'm trying to be positive. And I tell you what, I really like the game. It's really good. I tell you what, this game, I would give a 9 or a 10 if I'd never played any other farming game. Coming off of 2015, it kind of brings your expectations up on this game and brings the satisfaction level down just a little bit, maybe, until you start thinking about some of the differences. And that's why I said I was going to play the game and learn what the new things were and get excited about those new things. But if I'd never played 13 and 15, I'd think this game was tremendous. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The other thing I was going to talk to you about is the fertilizer. To get fertilizer, you got to go over to wherever you've got it, and I'm going to move it. Another subscriber, Scorpion, told me what he does is he takes his pallets and stuff and he lines them out here where they're easy to get to and easy to load, easy to unload, and this is kind of wasted space anyway. So he lines all of his stuff up on either side of this. Sound like a whale of a deal to me, so I'm going to probably do that, although I don't have a front-end loader yet. These are your bags. Okay, so you bring and you can't lift them up, they're heavy. If you bring your fertilizer guy over here and you fill the tank up here, seed, you fill up here. This is liquid fertilizer here. Okay, this only holds so much. And so you back your thing up here. When you take all the seed out of this thing disappears. Then you got to go to the next one. And when you're done with that, you're out of fertilizer, and you got to go all the way to the store to buy some more pallets. Then you got to have a front end loader to pick the pallets up, and you got to have a trailer of some kind to put them on, haul them all the way back over here, and place them on your farm. So that's the way the game is played, and that's fine. Once you get further on in the game, you can buy shops, you can buy silos, you can do things to compensate for that. But in the very first of the game, you're limited because you have very limited equipment, very limited resources, and so you kind of have to play it that way. And I don't care if homie doesn't play it that way. You're going to have to, even if you're homie, unless you cheat. So I did put another mod in, and this mod, what it does is it gives you, let's see if it's in here, I hope it is. It gives you the regular pallets just like you would get in the game, but the only difference is it adds a few. We have a seed big bag, it's 1,000, okay, for seed. If we pop over here, this one here is a mod. It holds 10,000. All right? The fertilizer, this is a mod. It holds 10,000. Now, here's the caveat to that, though. They didn't adjust the weights. They left the weights the way they are. So that means that if you buy this one that's only 1,000, a regular tractor forklift will pick this up and put it on the trailer. If you buy the big bag, which is going to give you, so you're not going to have to run back and forth to the store all the time. It lasts you a little bit longer, but the weight is commensurate with the volume. So now you've got 10,000 units of fertilizer. It's going to weigh what 10,000 units of fertilizer would weigh, and you're going to need a humongous front loader to get that thing on the trailer. In my test world, I had a little tractor with a front end loader. It flipped it over trying to pick this thing up. So anyway, I did put that mod in because that seems a little reasonable. I really don't have time to run back and forth to the store. And it seems to me like in real life, if a farmer came in and said, I need some seed and fertilizer, and the seed store manager says, well, you're going to have to come 20 times because we only sell it in units of 1,000. Are you kidding? You're going to refuse a sale to a farmer because you can't sell it in bulk? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. So I don't feel bad about putting those kind of mods into the game at an early stage because it only kind of makes sense. You know, if you went to a big feed and seed store and said, look, I'm a farmer, I'm farming 10,000 acres, and, well, sorry, we can only sell it to you a 10-pound bag at a time, that'd be ridiculous. Well, there you go. There's my rant for the day. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed up time a little bit. I should have done it when I started talking. And I need to watch my fields. I need to get over there and watch my fields because I need to know when they change to the next growth stage. And pardon me if the map gets a little dark because it's nighttime. I don't know what. I don't want to miss a growth stage. So the good news is Farming Simulator 17, even though it gets dark at night, it doesn't get so dark you can't see. Okay, there's my growth stage on this one. So let me grab my fertilizer guy. And again, I apologize for the light, but let's get on this. Let me hire this guy. Let him get to town. All right, so there it is. I love these. I can't do it on this. I set my tractors up to have these beacons. Look at that. Look at the reflection on that. Isn't that cool? Woo, 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 woo. I feel like a cop. Let's go down here where it really does it. Isn't that cool? I have no idea what that does. It doesn't seem to bother my game as far as lag or anything, but I'm sure that's why they normally don't have it on. Why am I stuck? Oh, what the heck did I do? Oh, no. I broke my game. Is it the weight stuck in there? Oh, come on. I can't go forward or back. Oh, you're kidding me. Lynn, don't start laughing because I got stuck again. I know you are. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, there's my tractor. I'm going to have to reset the darn thing. All right. What else do I have? How do you move this around? No, you can. Oh, there you go. All right. All right, where's my seeder? Is that my seeder there? Oh, I haven't memorized the names of anything. Is that the seeder? I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, I think that must be the seeder. Okay. All right, let's reset that. There we go. Well, it didn't. Oh, I reset the wrong tractor. Oh, you're kidding me. I did. I did. Why did I do that? There. It left the dirt, though. Thank God it didn't reset the tractor I was working with. All right, here we go. Loop-de-loo. See if I can run over some town zombies. Somebody said the town zombies talk to you now. I haven't tried it yet. Somebody said they had one talk to them with an English accent. How do you get them to talk to you? Oh, I told you they were zombies. Look at his eyes. Well, he didn't say anything. That guy looks evil. And he didn't say anything. How do you get him to talk to you? Do you have to click on him or something? I heard that. I heard something. How'd that happen? Well, okay. Well, anyway, supposedly you can hear him. I got to get a car wash thing, a steam washer. My equipment's getting really dirty. So, we've been playing. I did a live stream last night with Big Hoss, and afterwards I went over to my server. One of the servers I have, multiplayer server, and there was a whole bunch of people on there. I've only got 6 slots right the moment, and I need to know if anybody can't get in that wants in because it's full. Let me know. I can boost that up. It does cost a little more money, so I started out with the basic 6. I didn't know how many people would be interested. I actually have 3 servers. One of them is with a different mod host company, and I don't like it, so I'm not using it. I'm kind of using it to test multiplayer stuff on privately for the time being until the month runs out, and then I'm just going to let it go, and I'll replace it with the company that I found that is really good. I found a hosting company that it's a really good one. There's very little learning curve on how to make it work, and it seems to be very stable. So that's what I'm going to use. I have 2 servers with that company. And so anyway, if anybody has tried to get in and hasn't been able to because it's full, let me know. And let me know. I've got I think the easiest way to let me know is the email. So it's just rudeman@rudeman53.com. It's very simple. Send me an email if you can't get in, and I'll buy some more slots. In addition to that, if anybody has sent me an email for the password and hasn't gotten it, I apologize. I've been really busy, and I've been getting emails like crazy, and I'm worried that I've maybe either neglected some or passed them by, or maybe even deleted them by mistake, or somehow missed them. And if you try to get on and get the password, again, send me an email. That's the safest way for me to respond to you, because I don't want everybody on the internet having the password for this. So if I've given a couple of them already on comments, but those comments are open to the public to read. So I prefer if you just send me an email. And again, it's just rudeman, not rudeman53, just rudeman at rudeman53.com. You can also send me an email if you want to get on the Discord channel, and I can invite you to the Discord channel. So if you want to send me an email, then I can send you an invite over the email. So if you're interested, let me know. And like I say, I can either get more spaces for the server that's out there, or I can buy another server. And at this early stage, I think I'll probably buy another server, because you see how big this farm is. If you get more than 5 or 6 people working on it, there's not going to be anything for everybody to do. So if I have another server, you can go to the other server. So anyway, that's that. If anybody's interested, let me know. I wasn't sure. All right, let this guy go. Let's look at this. I'm interested, since everything's brand new, as to what this is going to look like. So 12 now is in the third stage of growth, and the fertilization stage is in the last stage. So I'm done with 12. Done with 12. So here is what my plans are for the future. I need 2 fertilizations here, and they're in a slower growth mode, it looks like. They're one behind, so I have 2 chances to finish those 2. I needed to, if you turn the kneading plow button on, everything on the map needs to be re-plowed. I didn't know that when I started. I didn't know we were going to have to do that when we started, so it didn't get done. So I'm going to have to plow these things on the next go-round. And the other thing that you can do for fertilization, and again, all of that fertilization and stuff, and plowing and harrowing, or you would call cultivating. Oh, she's a cutie. All of that stuff increases your yields. And believe me, you're going to need good yields to make any money here. So you really, really got to do this, unless you cheat. Talking about cheats, I saw a mod that starts your game out with $1 billion. Not a million, $1 billion. Well, what's the point of playing the game if you're going to cheat that bad? But that's neither here nor there. So anyway, what another way you can do it is you can plant, you can plant the radishes. All right, see these radishes right here? If you plant the oilseed radishes on your field, then you get a 30% greater yield. It's a fertilizer. It's a so-called green manure and works as fertilizer. And so what you need to do to get the best of all worlds is you have a brand new field that needs to be worked. You fertilize it, plow it, cultivate it, plant your radishes or whatever, or however you're going to do it. When the radishes come up green, then you cultivate them in. That gives you the fertilizer, and then you do you still do your 3 stages of fertilizer, but you're supposed to plow the fields about every 3rd crop. I'm not all that sure about the fertilization before you plow. I'm not too sure on that. I know that if you do the radishes and then you do your regular fertilization, you're going to get some pretty damn good yields. The reason why I'm not too sure about the fertilizing it before you plow is because you're not going to plow every time. Supposedly you only have to plow about every third harvest. So I'm not worried about that, and I probably won't even, I don't know, I might not even do that. I'm just going to plow the field when it's ready after the harvest. I'm going to plow the field. I'm going to put some of that green stuff down and do that. Then I'll plant it with my crop, fertilize it 3 times, and hope for a good rain. And because I need the money, I'm not going to do that green manure crop every time, because I'm going to have to sit here. I've only got 3 fields. If I'm waiting for all 3 fields just to get fertilizer to grow, you know, I'm kind of wasting my time. Well, not wasting. I'm not making good use of my time. So what I plan on doing is taking the first field, putting the green manure on there, letting it grow, and then cultivating it in, while the other 2 have a sales crop on it, so that I can keep making money. Then the next harvest, I'll put the green manure on one of these other ones, and you see the pattern there. See, am I getting charged for all that fertilizer that's not going in the field? I would hope to shout, but I don't know that's a fact. I don't know if that's a fact, Jack. All right. Hamburger Helper I has completed their task. Go to town. Go to town. See, I've lost $3,000. Well, yeah, pretty much on that. Oh. What was this? What was I doing here? I fixed my wheel, by the way. I couldn't figure out why I was driving down the road like this, you know, trying to keep it on the road. And the game, evidently, the last time they did any kind of a patch or something, or synced it or something, they my dead zone got messed up, so I had to go reset it. So now I'm back on pretty much one-on-one. See where I'm turning it left, right? It's exactly following my wheel because I put the dead zone at 0. Before, the dead zone was like 20, and I had to turn the wheel about 3 spins around before it even started to turn, and then the other way the same thing. And so to keep it going down the road, I was just going crazy with the wheel trying to straighten it out. It was just awful. It was awful. It made me cry. Did I come here for a reason? Was there a piece of equipment I needed? Why is... Oh, no, it wasn't. I accidentally reset this guy, didn't I? But I need a front end loader anyway. So here's what you do with the front end loader. It was kind of weird. And, you know, forgive me if you guys already know how to do all this stuff. It's all coming kind of slow to me because of the time it takes me to play. I'm not necessarily able to play hours on end because I'm recording stuff. So if I'm not live streaming or recording, I'm not really playing the game. So I'm going to jump out of here. I probably should have turned the engine off, but you come over here and there's your tractor. You're going to customize it. Okay, do you want a front end loader? Yes, I do. And then you can change this from wide tires to standard. Here's what's interesting for me. Some of the bigger tractors, and I think it's because you can actually put a weight. You can buy a weight for this tractor. Some of the bigger tractors, one of the options is wheel weights. And that's cool. I like that. And so far, here's one of my favorite tractors. Let me get out of this and get out of that. Show you one of my favorite tractors already, and I haven't even. It's going to be a long time before I can buy it in the game. Let's see if I can find it again. It's one of these. Is it a Valtra? Oh shoot! Now I've forgotten. Let's see if it's the Valtra. Oh, I can't remember. Darn it all! Was it the Valtra? Or was it Massey Ferguson? I think it was the Valtra. And I don't know if it was this one or not. But one of the Valtras I bought, it might have been that one. Maybe it's this one. Might be either one of the Valtras. Might have been the S series. This one's cool because it has the capability of you can spin your seat around and drive it backwards, and it actually changes your accelerator and brake and your steering to match which way you're driving. It's just cooler than hell. And so you can get a mowing machine and hook it to the back of your tractor, push Control B, your seat flips around, and you're actually driving with the tractor's going backwards at full speed while you're mowing. It's just really sweet. Pretty cool. At least I was excited about it. I do have a modded tractor in 15 that does that. Anybody's been watching my videos has probably seen that. All right, so I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna say yes. Here's where I got confused, and I said there was a learning curve. I came up here and I thought that if you said you wanted a front end loader, I didn't read the whole thing. I thought I was getting a front end loader, so I customized. But if you notice up here, it says front loader attacher. And so I got out, and I did this on a live stream, and I came running over and I said, oh, it didn't give me my front end loader. And people are yelling at me in the chat. Yes, it did. Well, no, it didn't. Look, it's not there. Well, the only thing it did was put the attacher on. See this attacher right here? So don't get confused by that. I thought I was getting the front end loader, and I didn't. So people were yelling, yes, you did. And so I took them at their word. And I said, okay. And I drove over to the lot where I'd already purchased the actual front end load machine, whatever they want to call it, the tool. I had purchased the tool, and I thought I had purchased it in air. And what am I doing? Get me out of here. I don't go there. I'm talking and try to chew gum at the same time. It doesn't work. So anyway, let's go here and not there, here, and get our front end loader. So we've got this one that attaches to the Steyr, and we have this one that attaches to the Vario, and that's I think that's the one. What am I using? That's the Steyr. That's the Vario. Uh-oh. I can't remember which one goes on the tractor I'm using here. The hell is this? It's so dirty I can't tell what it is. This is a New Holland. Never mind. Let's try that again. All right, so we have that and all this stuff. I think the New Holland takes the same one as the Steyr right here. I think. Otherwise, I'm going to be in trouble. All right, well, I'm going to try it. I just wasted money otherwise. I can change the color. Let's change it to blue. Change it to a darker blue. And then we're going to need the fork, and I don't think it matters with the fork. May the fork be with you. Right there. I don't think it makes any difference. We're going to get that one. Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. Back out. All right, well, we'll find out in a second here if I made a big boo-boo. Oh, shoot. I got to get back to the farm. Oh, shoot. I didn't. I wanted to keep up with these guys because I want to make it daytime. I'm sure you guys are screaming it's so dark you can't see it in the video. I apologize for that, but I'm afraid of missing my crops growing. It used to be in the other game I'd put my time ahead willy-nilly and not even be concerned about that, but on this one I have it set, I think I've got it set, I'm not sure, I think I have it set on normal growth. Alright, get that guy going again. Let's go back to him. God, I hope this works, because I spent some money here that I can't afford to spend if I... Alright, I think it worked. Yay, it works. Sweet. Alright, there we go. Front end loader. Cool beans. Let's go spear some zombies. Zombies and cars. Can't get any better than that. Come back, zombie. Have you noticed that these zombies drive down at the end of this road? There's a big tunnel. And you can actually see them drive into the tunnel and turn around and come back. That's kind of cheesy. Wouldn't you think they'd disappear like they were continuing on through the tunnel and a new car would come out? Maybe not the same car? It's like, what? What do these people doing? Dragging the avenue? That's what we used to call it when we were kids. We'd go to the nearest big town and just pick a major street that's well lit and there's lots of people on the sidewalks and we'd drag the Ave, is what we called it. You just drive and honking at all your friends and joking around at stoplights and just having a ball. It got so bad though that the city started prohibiting it. There was a drive-in on the one end of the avenue and everybody would pull in there and park and grab their fries and Cokes and stuff and talk, and then they'd hit the Ave again. And if you saw somebody you knew, you'd honk at them and you'd race down the end of the Ave and meet up at the drive-in, the hamburger joint. It was all kinds of fun, I guess. Seemed like it was at the time. There is another mod. I haven't really tested it yet, but there is another mod that for the fertilizer and the seeds that makes them placeable, and you buy them in the at the store, and then you can just place them. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not quite sure how that works. Quite. Let's see. All right, we got these. My God, that's a big one. Maybe I don't have that one loaded. I might not have that loaded. Like I said, I'm trying not to put too many mods in. That one wasn't a big deal to me. The better deal to me was the one that, because if they're placeable, that's a little more cheaty, if you will, because they magically appear on your farm, you know, that kind of thing. Then the one that just is reasonable in real life, where you'd have a bulk volume of stuff you could buy. That seemed a little bit more real to me. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm opposed to using mods that don't seem to be realistic. I'm not the if you're looking for somebody that's playing completely realism, that's not me. I'm playing a game to have fun. It's a game. It's not real life. And so I try to stay legitimate, if you will, in the game as I can. But if it's kind of fun to use a mod, I'm going to use a mod. I think it's fun using mods. So, you know, and I'm playing the game for fun, so there you go. So it's not that. It's not that I'm trying to be real. It's that I'm playing a brand new game, and I want to give it the chance to be played as much as I can, like they meant it to be played. If that makes any sense, that's what I'm trying to do. And the thing of it is are you going to use a mod? You bet, because I'm going to get bored with this, doing it this way, and I'm going to want mods that do something different. Did I start that guy? Didn't I just... He's done. This field is done. That's right. I knew that. Well, I didn't get to daylight, but we will in the next episode. I hope you liked it. It's time to end this episode. If you did, give it a like. Share it with a friend. If you haven't subscribed, you'd make me a happy camper. And the whole thing is, if you're having fun, then come back. And I'll see you on the farm in the next episode. Happy farming.